house. Just follow me on this easy. Call this our love song. Then we share the love and spread the love and just come in the house. Come in the house. Yahushua, you are welcome. Come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Yahushua, you are welcome. Oh, come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Oh, Yahushua, you are welcome. Oh, come in the house. I said, oh, come in the house. Come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Oh, Yahushua, you are welcome. Oh, come in the house. Come on, everybody, come in the house. Come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Oh, Yahushua, you are welcome. Oh, come in the house. Come on, let your power be in the house. Oh, let your power be in the house. Yahushua, you are welcome. Let your power be in the house. Oh, let your power be in the house. Oh, let your power be in the house. Yahushua, you are welcome. Let your power be in the house. Oh, let your power be in the house. Let your power be in the house. One, two, 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 two. One, two.
Hallelujah. Day is almost night. I don't want to lose my sight. I fooled around much too long. Yes, I have. And now, as I travel on, my purpose and my goal, and to you, I'll understand. Oh, Holy One, I'm never gonna let you down no more. Sing it with me, y'all. Say it now. Oh, Holy One, I'm never gonna let you down no more. Again, sing, oh, Holy One, I'm never, never, never gonna let you down. Oh, Lord, give me the strength. I wanna be able to stand, and I wanna heed to all of your commands. Yeah. Into every place I go, my purpose and my praise, it will be to you everywhere I go. Oh, Holy One, I'm never gonna let you down. No more. Sing it again, y'all sing now. Oh, Holy One, I'm never gonna let you down.
can't. Sometimes you got to create that atmosphere. You got to get into it. Come on. Woo. Hey. Come on, Israel.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I was in worship earlier, and I was singing this song at home. And the Most High had me close my eyes and think back when I was at my lowest of lows. And I'm going to ask everybody here, if you don't mind, close your eyes. Only think of the Most High. Think about when you couldn't make it. Think about when you couldn't do it on your own. You begin to say, hallelujah. You are holy. You are holy. Come on, begin to think how he kept you. Woo. This is praise and worship. This is what he wants on the Shabbat. Woo! I'm understanding it more and more.
You are holy. You're my everything. When I couldn't make it on my own, y'all did it. Y'all was there for you, Wanda. Y'all was there for you, Tamika. Y'all was there for you, Brandon. Y'all was there for you, Nate. Y'all was there for you. Y'all did it. Y'all did it.
Y'all did it. Hey, look.
Yo, check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Check. We make do.
Check 1 2 1 2. Hallelujah.
Check. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Whew. We got through it. But you know what this show though? Music is important. Yeah. It's important, right? Let me ask y'all a question. What happened last week? Who was all in attendance last week? Hands up. I was praise and worship last week. No energy. My brother put the thumbs down. How else was it? Who else got anything else to say about it? It was dead. Y'all didn't even have the energy at home, huh?
No, I'm saying we were watching.
Oh, y'all like, man, what's going on up there? They're supposed to be. Right? I seen a hand up. What you got up? For last week? It was cool last week? Hallelujah. Now let me ask you a question. From last week to this week, you see a difference? Uh-huh. Hallelujah. That means that the Most High gets esteemed anyway. Right? But I got a bone to pick with y'all though. I got a report back. Right? I'm like, man, it was bad. No energy, no nothing. See, we rely on instruments.
Right.
But what if you ain't have them? Huh? Praise and worship should never be dead because of who we praising. Huh? Y'all forgot before we had all of this stuff that for years we didn't have none of that. We forgot. We done got spoiled, so we like, we gonna praise the Most High. Like this. right? Well, we ain't got no music. We ain't got no. So we just don't give our best efforts in praise. Let that have been your last service, though. And he ran it back to you and said, well, what happened this day? Oh, well, we didn't have no music. When the praise is supposed to be inside of you. What's supposed to give you the praise? What are you supposed to praise for? Anybody know? His goodness? Okay, what else? His mighty works? What else? Mercy? Grace, forgiveness. So y'all got a lot of this stuff to praise for, but we decided that we was going to do half because we ain't got no music. How do you know about the forgiveness, the love, the mercy? How do you know about all that stuff? Experience. What else? Somebody said in the back. His word. That's my wife. She cheating. We didn't talk about this, by the way, but that's the right answer. Without his word, you wouldn't have a reason to praise for. He gave you a reason to praise in here. Right? So the title of this is called Praise and Worship. Oh, Trav, man, he coming down on his hard, man. Y'all don't understand, man. Like, I've been going through a lot for these last 2 weeks. And that was just something else added to it, though, by the way, Trav, man. Check it out. Praise and worship, people wasn't praising and wasn't worshiping. See, on the outside looking in, like the brother said, that was his first time. It was awesome for him. And everybody else said it was dead. Because they know that it wasn't the potential that it could have been in here. Right? The word is the reason why you're supposed to praise. His goodness is found in the word. Huh? Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3. Real quick. Proverbs chapter 3 at verse 1.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
Read.
For length of days.
What is the commandments? His law. What is his word doing? It's for what? It's for length of days. And what else?
And long life.
And what else?
And shalom shall they add to thee.
So, how many of y'all want length of days, long life, and peace? Where it come from, though? The word. Not from music. Right? We got to understand what we're here for. The Most High added this stuff because we was doing it without it. And then he said, let me take it from you and see how you act. Failed that test. Right? Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart, and lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him.
In what?
In all thy ways acknowledge him.
So when we was in here laxing days ago, you was praising the Most High? Could you acknowledge him in that? Could you say, Father, this is enough for you? Could you do that? Because if you can't say that this is enough for you, scratch that. How much is enough for him? Ain't nothing you can give can be enough. So you're going to give less than enough? The word is what we here for, y'all. We more excited about the music than the word. Even after the praise and worship was bold, Everybody in service when the word was going through, it was bold. Huh? What we here for? This ain't gonna be no feel-good message today. I went through something tragic the last couple of days. My brother got stabbed in the chest. Right? One was 4 fingers long. An inch to the left, it would have took him out. So some thoughts started to play in my mind when they called me about this. About who I can go hurt, how I can hurt him, when the window of time is short, I gotta get it fast, right? But guess what preserved me from going to do that? The word. Because as soon as those thoughts start to come in, the Most High's words start to come in. Hallelujah. Preserve me. Right? I got a family. If I would have acted according to my flesh, I would have put my family at stake. My children to grow without a father, and my wife to have to provide for the family without a husband. But the word is what preserved me. Right? So we all got reasons to praise him, but we gotta remember where it come from. We gotta remember where it come from. Your flesh wanted you to praise lackadaisically because you didn't hear no music. But what about his word? What about his word? Read verse 7.
Verse 7. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahuwah and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy neighbor.
It shall be what?
Health to thy neighbor.
And what else?
And marrow to thy bones.
This is what the word do for you. Right? How many lambs y'all slaughtered this week? None? You ain't got one for a sacrifice? Not one of them, nope. How many doves? How many of them have y'all sacrificed this week, this month, this year for sin? For a free will offering? None? Ain't that a reason to praise? Why you ain't have to do that? Because the Messiah came and died for you not to have to do it. Ain't that a reason to praise? With or without music, ain't that a reason to praise? Hebrews 13. Been a lot going on, man. A lot going on. Our whole foundation got to be the word. Our real praise, our real worship comes from here. First thing I did when I got the news, well, I kind of contemplated within myself. I went straight to the hospital. Right? On my way to the hospital, I put it in the brother's box. What was going on? I told the brothers to pray for me. Right? Brother came up to the hospital with me, kicked it with me, you know what I'm saying? Kept me encouraged. My wife kept me encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember the Most High. Remember what he done for you. Right? It's going to be all right. I had to remember where the Most High brought me from because his word. The only reason I'm not the same person that I was before is because of this. Ain't had nothing to do with no music. So when I praise the Most High, it's not because of the music. It's because it's in me. The music ain't nothing but an enhancement. Hebrews 13:15.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to Elohim continually.
How long?
Continually.
How long is the music playing? For a minute. How long he say you supposed to praise him?
Continually.
Continually. Whether we got the music or we don't got the music. Whether we got the accolades or we don't got the accolades. How long are we supposed to praise the Most High?
Continually.
Don't forget that. When we up and when ain't nothing wrong, we kind of lose sight of that. But then when we down and, right? Oh, Father, please. You're supposed to praise him continually through the good, through the bad, the ups, the downs. Read that again.
By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to Elohim continually. That is the fruit of our lips.
That's the what?
The fruit of our lips.
The fruit of our guitar.
Lips.
The fruit of our sound system.
Lips.
The fruit of our drums, of our piano.
Lips.
It's supposed to be in you. The instrument's supposed to be to catch up to you, not to make you go. Praise supposed to be in you because of the word is what preserves you. And like, Trey, what are the example of that in the scriptures? Y'all want to say example in the scriptures? Because we went through this for Bible study. I took a couple, 2 people was in there. I took a couple of y'all here. Just to show. Right? That was the end of that verse?
Our lips giving thanks to his name.
Giving what?
Giving thanks to his name.
Giving thanks to his name. Psalm 68 verse 4. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Because of his word.
Psalms chapter 68 and verse 4. Sing unto Elohim. Sing praises to his name.
Do what?
Sing praises to his name.
Sing praises to his name. You do that with your lips. You don't wait on no instruments. You don't wait on him to do something good for you. You don't wait on him to send that check through. You don't wait on him to do something that you deem as good for you to praise him. The praise supposed to come in spite of. Huh? Read.
Sing unto Elohim, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the Shamaim by his name, Yah, and rejoice before him.
And do what?
And rejoice before him.
You're supposed to rejoice before the Most High. But why? Y'all already forgot. Because it's word. Because it's word. Give me Nehemiah 8 chapter. So, what's going on in the book of Nehemiah? Anybody know? Rebuilding the temple? What else? Why are we? Because we doing what? We're returning home to Jerusalem from where? Babylon. How long was we there? 70 years. We was removed from being the apple of the Most High's eye in his land. 70 years we was removed. And when we went back to the land, something transpired. Nehemiah 8:1.
Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man.
All the people did what?
Gathered themselves together as one man.
What is this showing you? They gathered themselves to do what? In unity, on one accord. All of the people together did this. Did it say somebody told them to do it? It said they gathered themselves together as one man. Read.
As one man into the streets that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra.
They spake to who?
Ezra, the scribe,
They spake to Ezra the scribe, who was a leader at the time. And what did they say to him?
to bring the book of the law of Moses.
Do what?
To bring the book of the law of Moses.
So all the people came together and say, yo, Ezra, I need you to go and get the book of the law. What did they want? They wanted the word. They 70 years removed. They wanted the word. They didn't say, hey man, bring us the God down from Shammai. They didn't say, hey man, go make us a God. They said, go get the book of the law. What were they trying to do? They was trying to get to know the Most High. Learn his ways. Trav, what this got to do with anything? We're going to get to it. Read.
Of the law of Moses, which Yahuwah had commanded to Israel. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding upon the first day of the 7th month.
So they got together on the first day of the 7th month. What's this? That's the blowing of the trumpets. Right? Read.
And he read therein before the streets that was before the water gate.
He read out of there. For how long?
Before the water gate, from the morning until midday.
He read from how long?
Morning until midday.
Can y'all please give me an estimate of the time period that y'all think that this is? That's it? What's the middle of the day? What's the middle of the day?
Y'all keep people too long.
I say noon. What's the middle of the day, Doc? About 3, 4. Who told you the middle of the day was noon? The Egyptians. The middle of the day, meaning if you can break day up into 2 parts, it's in the middle. Huh? How long was he up there reading? Long time. Right? What the people were saying? Man, that's in here too long. We ready to eat. You got us in here too long. You got people's butts in seats for 4 hours and pow, 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 shots fired. Because what did they want? They wanted the word. When we complain, Trav teaching this week, we right? I'll be like, hold on, let me get one more scripture. The people requested the word. How many of y'all know the book through and through? How many of y'all know the law through and through? We need that, right? How much Shabbat do we have left after we get done teaching? Let me ask you, I'm gonna ask Paul a question, y'all. Hold on. Cole, how much of your lessons do you cut short in order for the people not to trip?
Almost everyone.
Not because it's not more information that the Most High wanted him to deliver, but because I know that they're going to be in there tripping. That's the hit right here. Because he don't come up with the word on his own. Whatever is in this book is something that the Most High wanted the people to know. And he like, man, I gotta cut this out. Dang. Maybe I'll make a Facebook post. Right?
Because we ain't just in here for the word. We come to have a good time. We come here for the music. We come here for the food. The word is about this. No, the sole purpose that you in here is to learn this word. Sole purpose.
Yes, sir.
Right? Well, let's see what these people did. Right? They didn't say, man, we standing up too long, man. Can you go get us some chairs? The people stood there and listened to the word by request. The priest didn't come to them and say, hey, man, everybody come together. Come on. As a matter of fact, it was a holy day, and they didn't have the people gathered together at all. Go ahead, read.
And he read therein before the streets that was before the water gate from morning until midday, before the men and the women and those that could understand, and the ears of all the people were attentive.
You were what?
Were attentive.
They was falling asleep.
Attentive.
Their ears were attentive. They were listening. They were holding on to every word, because the law is what? Life. Those are Yah's words. Huh? But we take them for granted. We decide that we can do what we want to do, and we'll make time for him later. We can come in here and be lackadaisical, even though he provided this building for us, even though he provided the instruments for us, even though he provided the fellowship for us, he provided the hands to make the food. We just come in here and give him a lackadaisical praise. Because we appreciate the thing more than him that gave you the thing. Huh? Huh? Your daily walk, your daily life, how much time do you spend doing stuff that the Most High allows you to do, as opposed to spending time with him who gave it to you? Because your basis ain't the word. It's the stuff. I guarantee if you peer into most of the people's minds, they only do the word part to get the stuff. And once they get the stuff, I'm cool for a minute. Then that stuff starts to diminish and go away. Now, what you got to do now? I got to go back to the word so I can get some more stuff. Instead of just appreciating the word for what it is. Hold what you got. In 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 25. We put him second. When the word is what we're supposed to be here praising and worshiping for.
First Peter chapter 1, verse 25. But the word of Yahuwah endureth.
Actually, get verse 24.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
Verse 24. But all flesh is as grass.
It says all flesh is as what?
As grass.
Let me ask y'all a question. How much do you put into grass? Barely water it. Back in the day, they would water their grass every week. Some of y'all probably still do that. But a lot of people don't care about grass. It's getting too hot. Let me go ahead and cut it. Right? He said, what now?
But for all flesh is as grass, and all the esteem of man as the flower of grass.
He said, it's as the flower of grass, meaning what? Go ahead.
The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away.
That's going to all go away. It don't stay. It goes away. Your flesh and everything that you attach to it is here today, gone tomorrow. The very way we had a sound system, guess what it did today? Went away. you had to rely on what was in here. But what if Brother Johnny wasn't here playing the drums? What if the other brother wasn't here playing the piano? Would you have been as loud for Shema? Would you have been singing Yahuwah? Would you have been doing that as loud? Ask yourself that question. It's rhetorical. All this stuff gonna go away one day. But what he say?
Verse 25. But the word of Yahuwah endureth forever.
How long?
Forever.
Whether you here or you gone, the word's still gonna be here. Don't you want to take hold of something that's forever? But you would rather take hold of material? False sense of hope? False sense of accomplishment because we got all this stuff? That's what we're going to take hold to? That's what we showing our children? They're a product of you. When you in worship and when you in service, they do what they see you do. Or what you allow them to do. All this stuff gonna go away. All of this stuff means nothing. But he said his word does what?
Endure forever.
Read.
And this is the word which by the good news is preached unto you.
John 17:17. He said the word endures forever. Increase you whoever just needs. Hold that in your mind. His word endures forever. Whether you're here or you're not, whether you're thinking about it or whether you're not, whether you're too busy or you're not, his word gonna always be here. How many of us are gonna take hold to forever? Are we gonna allow our flesh to send us in a direction where we can be just like that grass, gone and forgotten? He said, "Get away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never what?
Knew you."
He was forgotten because he created you. The grass from last year don't mean nothing to you because that ain't the one you cut this year. It's forgotten. It's gone. That dead grass you raking up out of there, what you do with it? Throw it away. It's forgotten. It's gone. John 17:17.
John chapter 17, verse 17.
Yeah.
Sanctify them through thy truth.
Sanctify them through your truth. Read.
Thy word is truth.
The word is the truth. Sanctify them by the what? By the word. Where can you go in this life without the word? Huh? Nowhere. What in this life is worth living without the word? Because it's all going to go away one day. What's more important to you? Is forever more important than today?
Yes, sir.
Right? Go back to that Nehemiah chapter 8. Matter of fact, John 1:1, because he said the word is forever, right? John 1:1. Let's get that, then we'll go back.
John chapter 1:1. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with Elohim.
In the beginning was song and dance and what was in the beginning?
In the beginning was the word.
In the beginning was drums and electrical systems.
In the beginning was the word.
In the beginning was the word. That was all it was. Read.
And the word was with Elohim, and the word was Elohim. The same was in the beginning with Elohim.
Yeah.
All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made.
So without what was anything made?
The word.
The word. You wasn't made without the word. But that ain't enough for you to praise him? You need an incentive. Man, you just gave me this new whip. I'm coming to Shabbat this week.
Yes, you got to show it off.
Hallelujah. Huh? I just got a promotion this week. Guess where I'm going? Going to Shabbat. See y'all again when they give me something else. Yo, don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Then I got some new believers. Huh? Go ahead, I'll
T-shirt. Verse 4, in him was life.
In him was what?
Life.
In him was what?
Life.
What's in the word? But that ain't enough though. Everybody want to live, but they don't want to do what it takes to get to life. In the word is the life. Read.
In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
Uh-huh.
And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from Elohim.
That's good. Let's go back to Nehemiah chapter 8. Nehemiah 8, pick it up where you left them. Remember?
The names.
The names. Pick it up in verse pick it up in verse 3 again.
Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 3. And he read therein before the streets that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men and the women and those that could understand, and the ears of the people were attentive unto the book of the law.
Uh-huh.
And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit.
He stood up on a what?
A pulpit
Uh-oh.
of wood.
Oh. What? You know you're wrong for sitting down while you teach, right?
Yeah, wait, that's you.
I'm talking. He stood on the pulpit. Go ahead.
And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose, and beside him stood Mattathiah and Shemaiah and Anai and Urijah and Hilkiah and Messiah on his right hand, and on his left hand Pedadiah and Mishael and Malchiam and Hashum and that name, and Zechariah and Meshullam the Lam, and Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people.
The only reason I had him read through those names is because if we skip over them, guess what you're gonna do when you read? Names mean something. This whole script is derived of people and events. You don't know the people, and you won't understand what's going on. All right? So y'all give my Aka hand clap for getting through that. You know what I'm saying? Right? He only said that name one time. All right? Verse 5. So what do people do? Okay, what happened? Verse 5.
Verse 5. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people.
He did what?
And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people.
It sounds like something that's going to happen later on with some books being opened in front of some people. So, no. Go ahead.
For he was above all the people.
It sounds like somebody that was tall in the scriptures, and they said he was like high in stature, above all other people who was able to get the book and read it, something like that. Somewhere in the scriptures. It was Revelations. Go ahead, though.
And when he opened it, all the people stood up.
Uh-huh.
And Ezra blessed Yahuwah, the great Elohim, and all the people answered, so be it, with lifting up their hands.
So what was Ezra doing this whole time? He was reading the scriptures to the people. And when he reading the scriptures to the people, they saying what? They stood up and they lifted their hands. Sound like something like when we do when the music come on, right? They lifting their hands up and they saying, so be it, amen, right? Read.
And their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshiped.
They did what?
Bowed their heads and worshiped Yahuwah with all their faces to the ground.
So what made them praise and worship? Hearing the word. That's what did it. Y'all follow me? That's what did it for them. Is that not enough for you? Is it not enough? Do you know so much about this book that it's not enough for you to praise the Most High Elohim who gave you everything you got? The Most High will give, and what will he do? Take it away. You got to understand what you're doing this for. Who you doing it for? It ain't to please nobody out here. When I'm going hard for Shema, it ain't for none of y'all. It's for y'all. When you love what you do, it show. Huh? Read that last part again, that last verse again.
And Ezra blessed Yahuwah, the great king, and all the people answered, so be it, so be it, with lifting up of their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshiped Yahuwah with their faces to the ground.
But a lot of us don't even care about getting the word. But they lifted up and was thankful because they was hearing the word. Man, come on, man. Thessalonians chapter 2.
And they got not on their feet until Johnny played the drums.
Huh? Hey, y'all, it's time for praise and worship. Everybody sit down and tell you. All right, y'all, can y'all stand up and get a Most High hand clap? Why somebody got to tell you that? The people stood up for hours just listening to the word. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2. Pick it up at verse 10.
1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. Ye are witnesses, and Elohim also, how holy and justly and unblameably we behaved ourselves among you that believe.
So he said, y'all witnesses to what we did when we came amongst y'all, right? We were blameless amongst y'all, right? This is what he's saying. Can you say the same thing? You know how they be saying, I bet they can't steal this status, right? Can you steal that? And say you was always blameless and holy and, right? Can you steal that one? Who can copy and paste this one? Huh? Read.
As you know, how we exhorted and comforted and charged every one of you, as a father do his children, that ye would walk worthy.
That you would do what?
That you would walk worthy.
That you would walk worthy. How do you walk worthy? According to the law. According to that testimony. That's the way that you walk worthy. Ain't no other way. Yeah. And don't get it misconstrued just because you got a little something. Y'all think because we got this stuff in here that we the way we been pleasing the Most High, we done did something. That stuff don't mean nothing. He make it rain on the just and on the unjust. Which one you fall under? Which one is congregation fall under? Read. Verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
As ye know, how we exhorted and comforted and charged every one of you, as a father do for his children, that ye would walk worthily of Elohim, who have called you unto his kingdom and esteem. For this cause also thank we Elohim without ceasing.
He said, for this cause we what?
We also thank Elohim without ceasing,
Uh-huh.
because when we received the word of Elohim, which ye heard of us, ye received it not as the word of men, but as it is the truth, the word of Elohim, which effectively worketh also in you that believe.
So why did they rejoice? Why did they thank the Most High? Because they received that word. Just like the people over there in Nehemiah. They was happy about receiving the word. Huh? Acts 17 and 11. I ain't gonna be long today, I promise.
You ain't gonna hold them long, even though Nehemiah held them long.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold on.
Boy, don't want to be like Nemo. Yeah. Take your time, Pastor. Nobody ain't got nowhere to go. Take your time.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Acts 17, period, verse 10.
Acts chapter 17 and verse 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica.
So the people that was there,
Thessalonica.
how he said that, they was more noble in Berea. Wow. So when Paul went and preached to them, he didn't just accept what he said. They didn't just accept what he said. When we come in here and we preach every week, right? How many of y'all take home those lessons and go over them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many of y'all don't? Okay, we'll say sometimes. How many of y'all are sometimes and lower? We all family.
He know regardless. So you can do it right.
Right? Why? Do you trust us?
The pride bringer.
Y'all trust us? Do y'all trust us? I'm asking a real question. Do y'all trust us? Raise your hand if y'all trust us. Right? Okay, now, what's wrong with that? That brother the Alpha's like, I'm burning. What's going on?
I personally trust you
Yeah.
to a certain point.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to the word, I have to go back and I have to reread it and try to meditate on it and see what you taught, if it's true or not. Right. But as an individual, if my car broke down, I will call you and I'll ask you, you can help me out if you're available. I know if you're available, I know that you will come and help me out. So I trust you in that point. Word. Word. You have to check that out.
Hallelujah. Listen, as much knowledge as my eye got, I don't trust nothing he said.
Right.
I sit right next to him and right next to me every week. I don't trust nothing they say when they come out this word. I'd be like, Trav, man, check this out, man. Guess what he do? First thing he asks me when we get on the phone is what? Trav, you got your book with you? Because it's nothing that he can say to convince me of anything. And vice versa. None of you should trust us when it comes to this word. Because the word is what? Life. Who you trust with your life? Listen, I verify everything. Everything. And so should you. You should not trust us to the point where you're like, oh yeah, brother, that's a good word. Without being able to go in and verify yourself. I done sat under a bunch of people and listen to them teach. And when they saying it, it's like, man, that sounds good. And went back like, man, that was some garbage.
That's that French trash.
No, see, the French is garbage. It's garbage, right? But you gotta verify. The word is that important. It's that important. Right? Where I got you at? I want to show y'all something. It's that important. Acts 17. So pick it up at verse 11.
Verse 11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica.
They were noble. Now Paul received revelation from who? Mashiach himself. But they was like, you cool and all? But what they do?
In that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
They received it. Okay, I hear you. That sounds good. I hear you. But what they do?
And searched the scriptures daily
To do what?
whether those things were so.
Because they had to make sure. Because the word is that important. Mashiach even did the same thing with the people that was walking with him. I was walking with y'all and I was telling y'all that this is what was going to happen according to the scriptures. He got a background check too. Don't just come on the scene and just say, hey, you this, you that, you this, you that. That man showed it. Huh? So he say that they did what?
They received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
Because they didn't trust what this man was saying. The word is that important. It's that important. Right? Let me show you why. Romans 3. Romans 3 and 3.
Romans chapter 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Elohim without effect? Elohim forbid.
Yeah.
Yea, let Elohim be true, but every man a liar.
What happened? Let the Most High be what?
True,
And every man a what?
a liar.
Raise your hand if you're a liar in here. Trick question. Trick question. Okay. I was trying to see you. Yeah, me.
A lie all the time.
Right. That's right. Hey, check that brother out. Hey, watch this. Right? They said, let the word of the Most High be true and every man a liar, which means it's a possibility that I could be lying to you. So your best bet is to do what with the word? Search the scriptures. See whether those things that we say are so. That's your job.
Even without knowing
Exactly.
that it's a lie.
Exactly. Right? Other camps and religions and they want you to trust what they say without no verifiable proof or evidence. Because when you show people the word, what they say, but my pastor said, my elder said, check this lesson out. Right? Because it's not verified yet within them. The word is that important. This is a reason for you to praise. That he gave you something that can't be tainted. Only the person can be tainted. The word itself cannot be tainted. It survived this long. It has been through captivity after captivity after captivity. Oh, that book is messed around with, brother. But what did he tell you? Through my precepts, you get what?
Understanding.
Because he already knew. I give you understanding through my word. Right? Read what you got again.
For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Elohim without effect?
What do you say?
Elohim forbid. Yea, let Elohim be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commends the righteousness of Elohim, what shall we say? Is Elohim unrighteous, who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man.
All right, you good on that. Go to Ephesians chapter 6. Pick it up at verse 11. Verse 10. Verse 9. I'll just pick it up at verse 1.
Verse
I'm
1.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Pick it up at verse 10. Sorry, Sister Pamela, if you write that already. Sorry.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahuwah.
How do you be strong in the Most High? Where do you find this at? What did he tell you before? Something about being strong, something like that. Where is that at? What did he tell you to be strong before the New Testament? He said, be strong and where's that at? Joshua chapter what? Joshua chapter 1. Hold you gotta go to Joshua chapter 1. Let's verify what he's saying to the people of Ephesus.
Joshua 1 and 8. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
You're supposed to do what?
Meditate therein day and night.
In the word, right? Read.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Jump up to verse 7. Yeah, I think that was 7.
Verse 7. Only be thou strong.
Only be you what?
Only be thou strong
And what?
and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law.
All the what?
All the law.
How you gonna do that if you don't know it? Which means you gotta go back and study the what? The law. Which is the what? Who said that? What baby said that? That's what I'm talking about. Right? Read.
Which Moses my servant commanded you. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left.
That is wisdom. Don't turn from this word to the right or to the left, because what's going to end up happening?
Get off the path.
You're going to get off the path. You're going to fall. Had I followed my thoughts after I received that news, I would have fell off. Way off. But the word kept me. So when you're going through what you're going through, do you allow the word to put you into subjection? Or do you overpower it? Read.
That thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for Yahuwah thy Elohim is with thee.
Is what?
Yahuwah thy Elohim is with thee.
With you. How do you know that the Most High with you? Through what?
His word.
His word. Psalm chapter 17, verse 4.
Psalm chapter 17 and verse 4. Concerning the works of men, by the word of the lips I have kept me.
So Go ahead.
I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer.
He said he kept them from the paths of the destroyer using what? The word. So what's more important to you? I ain't gonna run this down y'all throat no more. This is about to be the last scripture.
Take your time, that's all.
Give me Luke chapter 11. I feel I'm about to close out, man. About 3 more. Luke chapter 11. Pick it up at verse 27.
Luke chapter 11 and verse 27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him.
So when he preaching, right? Somebody shouted out and said what?
Esteemed is the womb that bare you.
He said, esteemed is the womb that bare you. Read.
And the paps which thou hast sucked.
So she like, blessed be the person you came from. The womb that had you. Right? What did he reply with?
But he said, yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Elohim.
And do what?
And keep it.
And keep it. Blessed are the word. Blessed is the people that hear the word and keep it. Go ahead. Doc. Go ahead. Doc. Yeah.
Larry.
Oh, Luke 11:27. I'm like, what's on? Luke 11:27. Run it back for me.
Luke chapter 11 and verse 27. And it came to pass, as he spake those things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, esteemed is the womb that bare you, and the paps which thou hast sucked. But he said, yea, rather, blessed or esteemed are they that hear the word of Elohim and keep it.
Beyond all things. You only truly blessed if you hear the word and you keep it. If you hear the word and put it down, you're going to be what? Cursed. I mean, that's just what it is. Right? I done had so many people come to me and say, Trav, man, when I was keeping the commandments, I was doing this and this and this and this, going up and up and up and up. But as soon as I turned away, as soon as I start to stumble on purpose, y'all catch that?
Stumble on purpose.
Stumble is supposed to be a mistake. As soon as I trick myself, right? He started to take stuff away from me. That man said, blessed are they that hear his word and keep it. Plain and simple. It ain't about nothing else. There's so much stuff going on in the world. There's so many distractions. But this is the basis. This is what's going to keep you. But we so busy caught up in everything else that we don't hold on to the very life that he gave us. The word is life. John 6:62. 6:66. Not, yeah. 6:62. That brother said, that's why we ain't believe you. Let's see. Verse 60. You can start at verse 60. Matter of fact, John. Yeah, start at verse 60.
John chapter 6 and verse 60.
Yeah.
Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, this is a hard saying. Who can hear it? When Yahushua knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, do this offend you?
Uh-huh.
What? And if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? It is the spirit that quickeneth.
It's the what?
It is this ruach that quickeneth.
It's the ruach that quickeneth, and what?
The flesh profited
The
nothing.
flesh do what?
Profited nothing.
So everything that go along with it don't profit you nothing. Here profits you nothing. But read.
The words that I speak unto you, they are ruach and they are life.
There you go, right there. The words that he spoke to you is life. But you think that that thing in your chest, that beat, is your life. You think that that place you go to and you punch that clock to is life. The people that's around you is life. None of those things will get you nowhere because the flesh profits nothing. So put it into perspective. If you can number all the hours of your week, and you can number all of the events throughout your week, and you can show in actuality how much time you spend with life a week, how much life would you actually have? Some of y'all like, man, I got over life. But others, how much time with life do you spend per week, per day, per month, per year? What are you storing up? That's something to think about. If this word is life, and he's telling you all through the scripts that the word is life, he is life, and you don't spend no time with life, you headed for what? Right? You say, you know what? You understand? Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. We close out for real on this one. I'm serious, y'all. Y'all still, I'm closing it out on this scripture. Hebrews chapter 4. Hold on, wait. Yeah, let's pick it up in verse 11. Yeah. What was Adam's work in the garden? Right? He's the only person that knows. What was Adam's work in the garden? Naming stuff, right? Which means it was nothing but speaking what? Speaking life. Using words. Right? So, in order for you to get life, you have to receive the words. Right? It's a reverse type thing.